What does it take to outsmart death when danger shrouds behind every shadow? Sounds scary, but let me tell you that animals handle this on a regular basis. Imagine there are creatures out there who witnessed death drawing near, where some stumbled upon good fortune while others even faked death to survive. So hold on tight as we're counting down 15 animals that survived the impossible. Number 15, escaping death by playing dead. What came to your mind when I said animals even faked death? Something impossible, right? But this footage can completely flip your notion. Deep in the unforgiving wilds of Africa, one gazelle got trapped between speed and intelligence. On one side, while the cheetah, known for its thundering speed, was about to strike, a hyena, fierce and ferocious, joined the hunt. There was no way out, and it looked like the gazelle was dead. No flinching, no breath. Let me be very clear. There was something that bothered the cheetah, as if the motionless prey was even worth the effort or not. The hyena, wary of a potential trap or poisoned carcass, also backed off. And this was the moment when something surreal happened. For a tense minute, the gazelle remained perfectly still. But as the predators finally lost interest, the gazelle exploded back to life and disappeared into the tall grasses even before those beasts could register what just happened. The cheetah remained stunned while the hyena was disappointed at losing a prey. Hear me out when I say this. It didn't win with speed or strength, but it won with something truly rare and precious: mental tactics. But if you think faking death was wild, get ready to see what happens when animals use sheer strategy to win the game. Number 14. Ibex outsmarts fox. Just imagine that one misstep can cost you death, especially when you are young and alone in the valleys of the Middle East. The footage starts as a few Ibex kids who are born climbers decide to descend to the valley below for one thing that no one can live without: water. But little did they know that down below, eternity patiently waits. A red fox, hungry and desperate, was waiting to seize the moment. As the Ibex kids move cautiously down below, the fox wisely plans to trap them on a narrow ledge with stealth and speed. The fox was determined to catch at least one of them for its meal. Please listen closely to what I'm about to say. For a moment, it seems as if the Ibex have nowhere to go, no chance of escape from this deadly trap. But chaos is not a course of action. In a blink, the Ibex split apart where some decided to dart upside down, while others climbed impossible curves of the hill to save their life. Here and there, the Ibex made it difficult for the predator to keep an eye on each one of them. While the fox constantly tries to keep up with the pace, even the youngest Ibex also moves like the daredevil of heights. You can't even imagine the speed and accuracy these little foxes showed to save their lives. With sheer strategy and pure instinct, the Ibex were completely out of reach, and the fox was left stunned and hungry, unable to catch up its would-be meal. This intense confrontation reminds us how victory comes from planning and a touch of fortune. The Ibex escaped with strategy and luck, but the next hero chose to stand and fight. Number 13. Brave dog battles beast. When I tell you this CCTV footage captured something unexpected, believe me, because the footage will leave you stunned and horrified. The scene is not from the heart of the jungle, but from a rural neighborhood where wild meets domestic. Rocky, a cheerful pet dog, was on his usual routine, unaware of the threat that inches closer. A jaguar, powerful, elusive, enters the scene with absolute determination to hunt the dog. Suddenly, it jumps on the innocent pet with lightning speed. In a split second, its powerful jaw locked around the dog with absolute force, the bite that can even crush skulls. The scene was so tense that nothing could save the dog from the tight grip of the beast. The dog was almost dead, and no help could reach him as the owners also backed off with fear and inability on spotting the leopard near the locality. But Rocky wasn't amongst the one who would easily give up. He kicked, twisted, and yelped with all his strength. His whole body was shaking and trembling for life. The fight was so intense that the dog danced on the edge of death and fought back with fire. Yes, you heard it right. He somehow managed to get off from the grip of the beast. Driven by both fear and raw willpower, he sprinted away, and the jaguar stood motionless for a minute and ran away without trying to attack for the second time. The entire encounter, captured on CCTV, highlights not only the constant dangers faced by domestic animals living near wild habitats, but also the incredible resilience and spirit that dogs can display when threatened. Survival is strange, but what if nature adds a twist? Number 12, the six-legged deer. 6 legs? Yes, you heard that right. In July 2008, near Rome, Georgia, a little fawn was discovered injured after a dog attack. But this is where things get weird. It wasn't just the wounds, but a shocking revelation that the fawn has 6 legs. Study reveals that this rare condition is known as polymelia, which resulted in it having 2 extra limbs, specifically 4 rear legs, totaling 6 legs. The reason why this video is so viral is because this genetic condition is extremely uncommon in wild deer populations. In this fawn's case, it had 2 additional legs near its pelvis alongside its normal pair of hind legs. This rare phenomenon gave it an awkward and unbalanced gait, making its life difficult and challenging every single day. After the attack, the injured fawn was taken to veterinarians at Berry College, a local educational institution in North Georgia. The veterinary team treated the animal for its wounds and monitored its recovery, noting that despite the trauma, the deer was recuperating well. Finally, the deer fought with the trauma and is seen walking with those 6 legs, which looks quite uncomfortable. But one thing that is guaranteed is that there's beauty in the struggle. Living each day with a challenge takes silent courage. While the deer was shaped by nature's rare twist, our next animal stared death in the face. Number 11. Crocodile and warthog. The wild is unexpected and mysterious, and this footage might make you believe in what I just said. In a quiet riverbank of Africa, where death brushed past but did not linger, a warthog was seen drinking water near the riverbank. But what is more interesting is that there was something wrong in its body language, as if every line of his body whispered caution and control. Maybe he sensed the danger lurking near the water, but no one knows why he stayed. The air was thick, not only with heat, but with silent tension, because the next second is a mystery no one can predict. The crocodile that was seen initially entering the water in the footage was now totally underwater, ready to add another prey to its victory list. At first, the warthog, after spotting the crocodile, backed off, fearing death, but nobody knows what just happened, because despite the decision to back off, he finds himself moving ahead again. Still and silent, the crocodile poised itself for the ambush. This was the moment when the warthog starred in the eyes of the crocodile, or maybe in the eyes of death. But as I said, the wild is mysterious and unexpected at every step. Something strange happened, as if the warthog saw death drawing near and immediately decided to leave the scene at the final moment. The warthog got the chance to survive while the crocodile was left defeated and hungry below the depth. You can call it the kind of survival no one could predict, but it's definitely a mystery that forces you to believe in luck, or maybe even a miracle. But keep your grip, because from muddy escape, the survival stories could also take you to the skies. Number 10. Bird evades the leopard. In the wilds of Tanzania, a breathtaking moment was captured on camera that portrays that a single heartbeat, no more, no less, stood between breath and silence. Tucked away in the whispering grass, a leopard was waiting for the right moment to attack a bird. The bird, unaware of the presence, was at ease. The leopard's eyes were locked, with every muscle ready to jump on with speed and precision. But what happens next will make you wonder about the thin line between death and life. The leopard explodes from the grass at the very right moment and leaps towards the sky with a shocking force. The posture was so perfect that it seemed like a flawless catch-and-kill moment. But the moment that makes you think the bird was dead, it suddenly reacts with a single stroke, and with a lightning speed swerves in the upward direction, escaping the leopard's deadly grasp. Barely missed by inches, the beast crashes back to ground with remorse and agitation and watches its lunch disappear into the bright blue sky. This one piece of footage speaks volumes. How in a tale of wings versus fangs, the weak outflew the wild and left all of us speechless. This was a predator losing its prey, but have you ever thought a predator can turn into a protector? Number 9. Leopard saves baby baboon. A wildlife photographer in Botswana captured something so stunning that challenges our assumptions about the natural world. A leopard, after hunting and killing a female baboon, discovered her tiny newborn baby clinging to her lifeless body. But what happened next was inconceivable. Instead of accomplishing its mission and adding another prey to dinner, it pauses and softens. The leopard's instincts seem to shift from predator to protector. What's more shocking is that it also saved the little one from a hyena nearby. With the gentleness of a mother, the leopard picks up the newborn and tucks the shivering infant between its paws, keeping it warm through the cold African night. Listen carefully, because this is insane, as the leopard even appeared to groom and nuzzle the baby, showing compassion rarely seen between predator and prey. This footage remains as a powerful reminder of the uncertain and often mysterious depths of animal behavior, where survival and affection can cross paths in the most unpredictable way. The leopard who killed the mother baboon turned as a protector for her baby. But not only the big cat has a big heart, as an orangutan steps in to show the act of kindness and empathy. Number 8. Orangutan saves bird. A tiny bird was seen faintly flickering, not in a jungle or chase, but in the still waters of a calm zoo. Believe me when I tell you this. So many people were present, but not even a single person moved. No attention, no actions. It was still fighting. As the little one was about to give up, something extraordinary happened. An orangutan noticed and stretched out its long, powerful arms to rescue. With long fingers that were made to climb trees, it gently lifted the fragile bird out of the water. Observers were moved by the orangutan's deliberate and gentle actions. And if you believed the rescue mission had ended, you're mistaken. Even after scooping the little being out of the water, the orangutan ensured that it's completely dry and out of danger by setting it on dry ground. If you think this was just an animal being curious, think again. This heartwarming moment has echoed with people not only as a rescue, but how empathetic and affectionate animals can be. In a world full of apathy and greed, these guardians remind us how humanity sometimes doesn't come from humans at all. But kindness isn't the only way to survive. Sometimes luck doesn't knock, it storms in when you least expect it. Number 7. Lucky bushbuck. Just imagine drinking water at the edge of a murky lake can put you on death's doorstep. In the wilds of South Luangwa, Zambia, a lone bushbuck was seen sipping water, unaware of the deadly gamble about to happen. Everything was peaceful, and there were no signs of danger nearby. But out of nowhere, the silence was torn apart with an unexpected twist that no soul would have predicted. A crocodile erupts from the water as a merciless hunter. Deadly jaws snapped shut with the force that could even crush bones. But nature had other intentions. In a ripple of instinct, the helpless bushbuck rushed backwards as if it was powered by lightning itself. The crocodile's deadly jaws that could rip through its body like paper only meets thin air. This was inconceivably close to death, and no one would have ever guessed that the crocodile would miss the chance. Slow-motion footage captures the thin margin with which the victory slipped through its teeth. In the animal kingdom, survival can be very tricky, as the strongest doesn't always win the battle. Sometimes it's the fastest. No strategy or plan, just timing and a bag brimming with luck. Was this footage enough for you to believe in miracles? Because what comes next will blow your mind even more. If that gives you chill, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button now. Number 6. Zebra escapes death. Have you ever wondered about getting back to life after falling into the predator's grip? Appears implausible. But this is what actually happened when a zebra crossed paths with a life-threatening predator. The footage captures a tense moment where a zebra is clenched in the claws of a lion, or rather death. The zebra stands with trembling legs while the lion was clinging underneath to kill. The predator pounces again and again, trying its best to defeat the prey. But the zebra refuses to surrender. With heart hammering in the chest, it thrashes and drags the lion through the dirt, tensing every muscle, waiting for the perfect moment to slip out of the clutch. A herd of zebras watches the battle frozen, dozens of eyes staring from a distance, offering no help. Alone with no hope, the zebra still fights, and this was the moment when life took a turn no one expected. As the lion readjusts its grip in a hope to turn this battle into a meal, the zebra twists violently with every ounce of strength. The move was so fast and strategic that the lion's claws failed to hold. One final move, and the zebra was free, vanishing into the tall grasses with the velocity of life and death. One can call this rare, but this is nothing but sheer will to survive. This footage proved that sometimes fate had scripted your end, but you rewrote the story. But what if your entire life was a challenge? Number 5. The two-legged cow. You can call this a rare appearance, but what if I told you this is the impossible carried every single day for survival? Spotting a cow in a village is common, but what if this cow was not walking like others? In this footage from Indonesia, the cow appears to walk using only its 2 front legs because of a rare birth condition. The scene was almost unbelievable. It balances impressively, lifting its hindquarters off the ground and moving forward with surprising swiftness and determination. Are you in disbelief? Well, some people can show empathy or may laugh, but the cow just proved that spirit always finds a way. This is not just footage. It's a lesson to get up no matter how harsh life is to you. Where humans would collapse, this cow teaches us to walk not with grace or ease, but with something more powerful and valuable: will. Surviving for yourself is mighty, but what if someone depends on you? Number 4. Lioness struggles to save cub. What would you do when the life at risk isn't yours but the one whom you ushered into the world? Well, a heart-stopping scene unfolding at the London Zoo can shake you to your core. A lioness is seen giving her cub an impromptu swimming lesson when the learning session turns into a drowning one. The lioness initially pushes the cub into the shallow pond with pride and power to teach the first survival lesson, but something goes terribly wrong. The mother lion could never have imagined that a single push would bring her so close to witnessing her cub's death. The cub not only failed but was seen terribly fighting for life as it was not able to cope up with the water. Suddenly, a calm teacher turned into a paranoid mother. She tries to pull the cub out of the water, but her first attempt fails terribly as she struggles to get a good grip on the slippery, frightened cub. The situation gets more tense, but after a lot of struggle, she finally gets a hold and pulls her baby out to safety. This was not just a matter of a few seconds. It is something that can haunt you for days. But up next is something that is even more unbelievable. Number 3. Elephant versus crocodile. A peaceful drinking session turns out to be the worst decision that could have cost their lives. While the mother elephant was busy drinking water with her 2 calves, death was watching them beneath the still water. Something unexpected happened when a crocodile with terrifying speed attacked the mother elephant. It never crossed their minds that death was just a breath away, and something so dangerous was about to happen. Everyone goes for one final try before death. Yes, you heard me right. The mother elephant stomps, swings, and fights with all its strength for survival, as the crocodile holds her trunk with its tight and deadly jaw grip. But as time passes, it nearly feels impossible for the elephant to get rid of the deadly beast. The crocodile's jaw was so strong that it almost pulled the gigantic creature inside the water. But when I say never give up, I mean it. And I'm about to prove it to you. After what seems to be a very powerful combat session, Finally, the clench loosens and the elephant strives one last time and sets itself free from the deadly fate. Although she may have to live with the marks, it will always symbolize her bravery and strength. This is not just a viral survival video, but a lesson that stands clear to never lose hope. Survival takes many shapes, even when you're carrying new life within. Number 2. Pregnant goat versus cliff. What if I tell you that an animal stood near a cliff and no one noticed for 10 long days? Scary, right? But this is what actually happened when a pregnant goat was nestled on a narrow ledge of Songgaksan Mountain, frozen in one place for 10 long days. At first, no one noticed or bothered because goats were natural climbers, but there was something off when this animal did not even move for once. The place she was trapped in was so narrow that her pregnant body was barely fitting. She just managed to pace back and forth with fear and panic in her eyes. With no escape in sight and the weight of new life, she got paralyzed. Her herd called her out with cries, but nothing happened until one day when rescuers arrived. But this was not an easy task, right? Because one wrong move could cost 2 lives. But at last they were successful as they anchored her safely down. This was God's plan because both the goat as well as the unborn baby survived the fear and shock for 10 long days. This story proves that survival is not only about speed and strength, it is also about patience, resilience, and a belief that things will work out no matter what. From silent cliff to roaring clashes that is enough to shake your entire belief system. Yes, you guessed that right. Next is another elephant survival that could make you question everything. In the beginning, an elephant approaches a waterhole unaware about the danger that is silently waiting behind. The minute the elephant enters the scene, the lion lurks behind the well with firing eyes and tensed muscles. When I tell you one wrong turn and everything can slip away, this is the situation I'm talking about. Who's at danger, the elephant or the lion? Both looked well prepared with their next step, but the elephant breaks the ice and splashes a truck full of water on the lion. Was this a move to save itself from the unfortunate danger or a declaration of war? But what happens next is not expected. The lion, known for its dominant and ferocious nature, backs off and runs away from the scene. Was he confused? Was he scared? Or was it mere luck that he wasn't in the mood to hunt? The question lingers, leaving your mind restless.